Hey friends, welcome back. We're about to hit up this third shelf. It's going to take me a minute because I want to talk about a lot of them specifically, so I'm going to jump right in. Very first, very top, centered between all the goodies, we have Rave Master. Now, Rave Master is, it was the book, the series that got me into manga. I really enjoyed Rurouni Kenshin. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball. I liked Shaman King. I liked Bleach. However, Rave Master was the point where I said, okay, I'm in this for the long haul, and I would wait for each volume to be released. I'd walk to the bookstores. I was like 14 or 15 when these first started coming out. I think 15. I think so. And it got to a point where, well, first of all, it's a great adventure story. It's a fantastic adventure story. And it got to a point where it stopped being hokey and like for children, and it started being dark and more adult. So in a sense, the story grew up with me. So as I got older, the story got more mature as well. And I think for that reason, and enjoying it at that point in my life, it's easily the manga that has impacted me the most. Do I think it's the best? No. Do I think it's for everyone? No. But was it good for me, specifically at that time? Absolutely. In fact, the rating of the manga actually changes. A lot of these manga have ratings, so that says Y for youth. These are done by Tokyo Pop. So, book 6, it changes to T for teen. Or sorry, 5. That is 5, right? 5, teen. Yep. So we're still got youth there. So the book actually gets darker as the series goes, and then it got to a point where 32 was the most recent volume, and it was like the setup for the big final showdown, the big battle between the main good guy, the main bad guy, and then Tokyo Pop had massive trouble, complications, and the company actually went under, and it was up to Kodansha to actually take it the rest of the way. So they brought out this omnibus. It was 33, 34, and 35, and this finished the series, the end. So it took a lot of time, and there was about a 3 or 4 year gap between 32 and this big omnibus volume. So it was difficult. There's my favorite thing, and they're just postponing it, and then I hear the company dies, and where is the series? In limbo. But it's cool. We got the whole thing, 35 right there. These were bought individually as they were released because I was that big of a fan. I've talked for 3 minutes. I'm going to keep going. Monster Soul, also done by Hiro Mashima. So the same dude that did Rave Master, same dude that did Fairy Tail. We'll talk about that in a second. And then this has a volume 2. I don't have it. I guess I'm not as good of a fan as I always thought I was, but it is out, so I just need to bite out the bullet and pick it up. Monster Hunter, and Hiro Mashima and his staff are a huge fan of Monster Hunter, and I really loved Monster Hunter actually while this was being released, and so it was awesome for me to see the monsters that I was fighting. And the weapons I was using in the manga that I was reading, so really cool, and it's done really, really well too. This is Burst Angel, all 3 volumes, 1, 2, 3, also done by Tokyo Pop. They're pretty good. So then we got Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail, I also was purchasing episodically, piece by piece. I don't even think Rave Master had ended when Fairy Tail first started coming. In fact, I'm positive it didn't. And these first Fairy Tail volumes, if you buy them now, they don't do this. But I don't know if you can tell, but the logo is embossed. You can see the light kind of hitting it. The logo is embossed. It's bumpy for the first 4, and I guess it means they're first editions. But then it exploded and just shot all the way. Now we're volume 41. I think 47 actually exists. A little bit behind. but the art gets exceptionally good, turned into a cult classic, as you guys are well aware of, and I really have nothing bad to say about Hiro Mashima's work because I am such a fan. It's almost pathetic. We're going down the shelf here. Now we've got Bleach. This is the rest of the Bleach from the second bookcase over here, so it just spilled over. So we've got we're moving to 𝐁𝐫𝐶, and this is actually pretty old, and the art is really turns a lot of people off, but it's absolutely one of my favorite manga. Top 10 for sure favorite manga ever. 𝐁𝐫𝐶, you've heard it here first. And there's only these 3 volumes, and I don't actually know if they've reprinted them. In fact, I'm pretty sure they haven't. So they're kind of hard to find because again, Tokyopop's been out of it for a minute, and so good luck. Maybe you guys can read them online or something like that. But they're really good. Absolutely recommend them. Going to Sword Art online. This is just one volume that I happened to pick up. It was during the manga binge, the Barnes & Noble binge that I did a couple weeks back. And then Kingdom Hearts 1 through 4. Now these are also the original ones. These aren't the omnibus ones. These are not the reprinted ones. These were Tokyopop as they were coming out. And Tokyopop kind of did the same thing with Rave Master that it did with Kingdom Hearts, and that is it printed so far, and then the company just kind of died, and it didn't have funding to print anymore. So Yen Press, instead of Kodansha, which picked up Rave Master, Yen Press picked up Kingdom Hearts and started redoing them piece by piece, and so they did. I think these were in 2 volumes, 1 and then 1 and 1, kind of like big omnibus chunks, and then they started doing 3, 5, 8 days over 2, and these are the first 3. So pretty cool. Honestly, I've lost the plot of Kingdom Hearts. I don't really know if it's continued past those manga. In fact, I'm sure it has somewhere. I know they've got an art book, and that looks fantastic. Don't have it yet. Definitely want it. Probably get it eventually. But so there's that for now. A couple first editions, pretty cool. In fact, I got this at Walmart. Believe it or not, these were old. They were everywhere because Kingdom Hearts has exploded. Anyway, moving down here, we've got Black Cat. Black Cat's just done by Shonen Jump. 20 volumes. It's pretty good. Nothing stupendous. It's not amazing. Especially next to Monster. Easily one of my top 5 favorite manga of all time, of my life. This is his signature before they got taller. It's still the regular digest manga size. This is by Naoki Urasawa, and Naoki Urasawa is a genius. This man can tell stories beautifully to the point where with Monster 20th Century Boys specifically, and I'll talk about that more in a second, but you don't know, you know how you can see things coming? You're like, yeah, they're gonna bring Goku back from the dead, or yeah, they're gonna find Fu's father at the end of the series. You have no clue what is happening with Monster until it has already happened. And then you go, oh lord, did that actually, oh my goodness, they actually, amazing good. The anime of Monster, just as good. I mean, they don't really have much for covers. It's really kind of plain. But it's phenomenal. Can't recommend it more. Naoki Urasawa's Monster. This kind of brought him into the States and was like, look, he's a badass. Then 20th Century Boys. Now 20th Century Boys is everything good about Monster, but better because it's also fun. The whole thing is based on these little like 9 and 10-year-old kids when life was fun and they hid in the grass and made forts and they were bad guys and secret organizations, and the fun and the genuine like adolescent feeling that you get when you were 9 and 10 yourself, you can feel again reading 20th Century Boys. It is his signature. There's a lot of craziness that ensues. There's also a lot of fun that ensues. There's a lot of good times. It makes you feel good. Justice never dies. and it's beautiful. The best bad guy I've ever, like, more than the Heath Ledger Joker, more than Shishio Makoto, more than any bad guy that you've ever experienced in your life. The antagonist in 20th Century Boys is terrifying. He's frightening to this day. Amazing. Pick it up, read it, check it out. Don't judge it by the first 2 or 3 manga. Guarantee you hit volume 4, volume 5, you will be hooked and you will just blow through it. This is what happened to me. I read the entire thing within 3 days. That's 24 volumes in 3 days. Rave Master in a week. This is even faster. And I'm dyslexic, by the way, so that is quite a feat. Now, also by Naoki Urasawa, we have Pluto. And Pluto is like a crossover between Astro Boy, done by Tezuka, and Naoki Urasawa. So it's kind of like based on Astro Boy, but it's Urasawa's take on it. Also amazingly good. Everything that Tezuka, or well, Tezuka as well, but everything that Urasawa touches turns into gold. That's why I was so excited for Master Keaton. So, moving along, we've got 𝐁𝐫𝐤𝐚𝐬. This is an editor's choice by Viz. I started reading it, got about halfway through, and I was just like, meh. Just so much was lackluster. For an editor's choice, it didn't really capture my attention. It's kind of cute, kind of more adult-oriented, but the art's fairly good. There's a lot of, I mean, robot girls are always cool, so check that out if you care. I don't know if I'd recommend it, actually, but it was definitely worth a look at. Moving down, we've got Future Diary, also Tokyo Pop, and Future Diary has 12 manga, I have 10. That's all Tokyo Pop ever actually produced. In fact, 10 isn't even from the original publishers. The pages are really white, really crisp, and the binding's really tight, and the cover's glossy as opposed to the matte finish of the other covers. And so upon buying it, I was like, what in the world is going on? Especially because they were going out of business, so how could they produce higher quality stuff? I believe Right Stuff actually published the last volume. I think. I don't really remember. It's been quite a while. But so it unfortunately stops at 10, and it's a phenomenal series. It's great, especially if you like stuff like Death Note, that horror mystery, weird type of genre. It's amazingly good. And then The Terror of Allegory is done by the same person. It's got 4 manga, nothing too special. Just also good. Future Diary better, but Terror of Allegory also good. And then we have Dot Hack, and Dot Hack is expansive. There's novels and movies and games and anime and just regular folklore. So it's hard to explain what it is, and it's basically Sword Art Online that is really overly complicated and not as good. But it's better in certain circumstances. So Sword Art seems like a game, and you're playing the game and it's fun now. But Dot Hack was years ago, and games years ago are not what games are now. Games years ago were mainly just talking and moving from point A to point B and looking at things visually and chatting with your friends. That's kind of what Dot Hack was. So there's a lot of text. It's really text heavy. This is AI Buster. This is before the series officially starts. And then there's Another Birth. This is, I would say, where the series starts. These are also novels. And then this is manga. This is the manga adaptation of Another Birth. Legend of Twilight isn't even technically canon, but it kind of goes in the middle of the first version of the game and the second version of the game, which is GU. and then see, it's complicated as crap, guys. Not gonna lie. 𝐁𝐫𝐸 Cell is the GU story based on another person's take, I guess. And then these are the novels of the GU story. These are manga. These are novels. And then Link is like the third version of the game, way distant later on. And this is 𝐁𝐸𝐸 4-𝐬𝐻, it's just 4-𝐬𝐻 stuff. But it's really psychological. It's really, it's not actiony. Not gonna lie. There's hardly any action. Sorry, but it's really good, and it brings up a lot of philosophical and psychological issues. Quite cool. I do recommend 𝐁𝐸𝐸. Absolutely recommend 𝐁𝐸𝐸. I would start with I don't know where I'd start. I'd start with the GU novels. If you're going to pick up any written or drawn media, I would start with the games for sure, if you can. I wouldn't play them all the way through. I'd start with them and go, oh, this is what they're talking about, and then I jump into either anime, if you like anime. If you like books, I would go for sure with the GU novels first, and then I'd be like, what the F are they talking about? And then for fun, you'd go to Another Birth, maybe AI Buster, and finish those. The manga doesn't really explain as much as the novels do. Anyway, really, I'm done talking about that. Okay, so this is 𝐬𝐻𝐸𝐵, and these are also Viz signature. They're basically just cut up pieces of 𝐬𝐻𝐸𝐵 from Japan. The actual story is huge. They've got volumes and volumes and volumes. And I guess we're not good enough to have the entire series as a whole, so we get like the best of version. So that's what these all are. And then this is No Need for Tenchi. These are old as crap. Once again, Viz signature, or not Viz signature, just Viz graphic novel with no logo. These are hella old. And 𝐀𝐛𝐬, everybody. Who remembers 𝐀𝐛𝐬? Goodness, I'm showing my age. And then Until Death Do Us Part, and these are the first three. I think there's like 9 or 10 out, actually. And these are really cool. I just kind of lost, they started coming out too fast, and I was collecting other stuff. So I've lost the plot. And then 𝐻𝐸𝐵, volumes 0, 1, and 2, and I got these in the Barnes & Noble manga binge. I haven't even opened them. They're still in plastic, but I'll get to them eventually. So, I don't know, here, that's it, and that's Om. He does not make noise, but you can squish him nonetheless. So, going up, there's everything, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the tour. This was Andrew Tsundoku. Stay tuned for more. Check out other videos, just have a ball. Comment, for sure, let me know what I'm doing right or wrong, and because like I said before, this is for us as a team. Wouldn't be doing this as often as if it wasn't for you guys. So, appreciate you, and I'm out. Later.